Hey guys, how are you? Andy Suku, founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solutions. Today's topic has to do about closing your business and what happens to the debt. Now, this is not a topic that someone asked us to speak about. This is actually a topic that I wanted to talk about because a lot of people I know that reaches out to us has closed their business down due to COVID, lack of clients, customers. They weren't able to maintain the bills, the staff. They had no choice but to close the business. But a lot of these businesses, when they were open and they were flourishing and they were doing really, really well, they all had debt. They took out merchant cash advances. They took out credit cards. They took out loans to maintain the business in tough times or when their cash flow was a little low, right? So they had another source of revenue to pay the bills. Now, what happens when your business closed down? What happens to all the debts? A lot of people are saying that if the debt was under the business and it closed down, if you file bankruptcy, the debt's wiped out. That's not necessarily true. If you did not PG any of the debt, PG merchant cash advance accounts, PG the credit cards, and the company was standalone and was able to carry the business credit on its own and build business credit, had all of these loans and credit cards and cash advance accounts, merchant cash advance under its EIN, the tax ID by itself. You didn't have to PG it. Yes, if you file bankruptcy, that debt was wiped out. You're not PG'd. You're not responsible for it. No one's going to come after you. However, a lot of mom and pops and small businesses are not set up and structured like that. All right, they weren't using business credit the right way. The business credit wasn't built the right way. The portfolio wasn't built the right way for the business. So they ended up PGing the debt. Now listen, if you're like a Bank of America, a big corporation, Lamborghini, Ferrari, whatever big corporation, like say Publix, these guys have their shit together. That means they have their business credit, their business portfolio. They have lines of credit. They don't need to PG anything. The owners or the investors or the group of people that's involved with these organizations, the board that's involved in these organizations, they don't have to worry about that, right? Because the company stands alone. They make millions of dollars. But in the mom and pop space, in the small business world space, a lot of you guys PG'd your debt. A lot of you guys were fixing your credit. So what happens now is that once the business closed down, you have to reach out to all those creditors, let them know the business is no longer in effect or it was dissolved, whatever date it was dissolved. That debt, you could bankrupt the company if you want, but that debt still transfer over to you personally. You are still liable for that debt. That debt does not get wiped out. And don't think that the company will not come after you because they have your social. A lot of you guys forget that you put your social on these applications because that's what you have to do when you are asked to PG something. And you forget that you do that. You think, oh, the debt's not going to come out. The debt's not going to follow me. I don't have to worry about it. No, you have to worry about it. And you are still responsible for that debt. And the creditors can come after you for that debt, even though the company's been bankrupt. All right? So that was a little bit of confusion with some of the clients that we spoke to about this. And this is why I said, let me talk about this topic and give you guys the back end story of it or whatever you want to call it. But that's what's going on with business debt. Now, we did a post today about that earlier, and we broke it down in very black and white, plain English, what happens. Now, if you have a business that you have to close down and no longer operable, and you have some debt in that business, definitely reach out to us, schedule a consultation, and we can help you resolve those debts. Because the last thing you want is not taking care of that debt, and 6-7 months, a year down the line, it pops up on your credit as a collection. So if you have any questions when it comes to business debt, when closing a business, please drop a comment below, or your thoughts, your opinions. I would love to hear it. Or even if you were in this situation and you had a business and you took debt out and you had to PG it, I would love to hear what's going on. Drop a comment below. But if you have any questions to me, drop it below and I'll answer for you guys.